Welcome back to the show, everybody. You're listening to the I Am Real Estate Show on KVOI 1030 AM. We're here with the owner of Rigo Pest Prevention, our buddy Rigo Arce. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, everyone. Doing real well, and happy holidays. And can I say it? Merry Christmas.
And Happy New Year.
I'm going to say it with passion. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, yeah.
Now we're talking about the holiday season. People are now talking about getting their lights out of the attic and going into the garage and going upstairs and going to things about that. And they've taken those lights out and started getting ready. You got something you want to remind those guys?
I do. You know, we hear a lot of screams this time of year. And it's not because they spotted Santa or something. But there are things lurking in the attic sometimes that they're not aware of, or maybe they've got things down in a crawl space or maybe a storage room. Garage, very popular, right? And so as people are getting out those Christmas decorations, they see, you know, rodent droppings, they see termites or termite damage, or boxes have been chewed on, or just, you know, cobwebs everywhere. You know, these are places we don't typically go in throughout the year, right? You know, it's the Christmas corner or the Christmas room. And so many times we do get calls right about now where people spot things and they say, you know, I had no idea. Could you come and take a look? So my encouragement is, you know, this is a great opportunity to get that free inspection, you know, from any pest control company, right? The room is empty. The shelf is cleared. You got into the storage room. Maybe you moved things away from the garage wall.
Right.
Great time to get a professional set of eyes onto that area, you know, make sure there isn't something there. Yeah.
I'm going to take that one step further. A lot of you may not know out there that are listening, but I came from the storage industry. So a lot of people that are doing these massive displays are actually storing that stuff in self-storage.
Yeah, that is true.
And you want to talk about getting some pest prevention in there while they're in there and they're kind of clearing out that storage unit.
Insects and mice, they don't need a lot of room. You know, I had a customer once get a box of shoes in the mail delivered, UPS, and when she opened the box, there was a mouse nest with a mama and some pups. You know, we call them pups, literally living in the shoebox.
Wow.
And they chewed all the paper. They even actually nibbled on the shoe a little. No kidding. I'm not even making this up. The point being is you're right. You know, they can live in the smallest area and they don't need much. And you never know what you might. So be careful when you're going into that storage room.
And that responsibility is on the renter.
Yeah,
to
so
protect
a storage
their
unit.
items.
Yeah. You know, usually storage companies, what they do is they hire a pest control company just to treat the perimeter, but they don't go into the units. I have had storage units, and what I typically do is lay down a whole bunch of insect glue traps. You know, these glue boards, if you would. I put them all inside the storage unit. So this way, every time I come and take something out or put something back in the unit, I take a look at those glue boards. Make sure to see what I caught anything. That's a good idea.
Good idea.
We were thinking about that, and I think that's pretty good. One thing I want people to realize is how much damage a termite can do to your neighbor if it goes undetected and untreated. And it really does destroy the mechanism of the wood to where it disintegrates.
Yep. It sure does.
And that just scares the living crap out of me. If you sit there and see that happen, it's just not an amazing event. It's an event that reminds you that you have to be more careful.
Yeah, you know, you don't realize it. And, you know, people, they'll do is get a home and start remodeling it, and they start pulling off that drywall. And before they pull it off, the wall looks perfect. You know, everything's clean, pristine. Then they tear that drywall down, and they're shocked to the damage that's in some wall studs and so forth. You know, unfortunately, you can't see what you can't see.
Right.
You know, and that's why that continual annual inspection. Get someone to look at it once a year at least. I'm actually a big proponent of 2 times a year. I like a fall, early winter inspection right after the monsoon rains, and I also like a early or late spring inspection after the winter rains. I think those are 2 great times to do an inspection. You know, termites, they are tiny. They're just so little. But boy, the colony, once they're happy, they find that buffet, forget it. They can pulverize a piece of timber.
I think there might be a misconception out there, too, that if you have a slump block house, that you're not really going to have a problem with termites.
Yeah, that's a good point. In fact, I hear a lot, not only that, but people that have steel framing, metal framing. Typically, what is not metal or brick is going to be your rafters, your roof joists, the roof decking that holds the roof and the tile or shingles, whatever you got. And then, of course, the interior walls. Even on a slump block brick, your interior walls are typically framed, so in the end, it doesn't matter. Termites don't know it's block, it's wood, it's this, they just simply come up. They're blind, they're foraging, they're looking. And once they get in, they're not going to eat a block, but they keep moving. They do not stop until lucky day. They hit something that's got wood, cellulose. Yeah.
I love the way you describe it. It's so like a termite is like, buffet, tumultuous yumminess.
Right, it is.
He brings a passion to this topic.
He's just
that
like,
I've
I
never
am the
seen.
termite.
Just
I
think
get
of
into
your
his mind.
favorite dessert, and there you go. That's a piece of wood to a termite. Yeah.
When you see damage and then damage is treated and taken care of, how soon again should they come back and have you guys check it again to make sure that nothing else has happened?
Again, I'm a big proponent of that 6-month period.
Okay, not like immediately after.
No. There's no need to come back right away. You're typically not even going to see anything. But again, every 6 months, minimally 1 year. For those of you that are listening, at least once a year. Yeah.
I haven't done that, Rigo.
Well, listen, I want you to have me over just when you're putting dinner out.
Just
okay, and I'll inspect before or after. I'm not picky. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
you
one
know
of
what you're
those.
doing. Yeah, they whip together a pretty good dinner.
I bet they do.
Do you guys send out reminders to your clients and stuff
We
like
do.
that?
We have a program where they're notified 30 days before their anniversary, the month of their anniversary,
Oh, nice.
and then another 30 days after. So they get 3 notices. And we want to make sure we get that inspection in for them. And if they refuse, we have a system. We make a note, customer declined. Keeping up your warranty is 2 big things. One, pay for it. Right, you pay for your warranty like an insurance policy.
Right.
And then number 2, take advantage of the inspections. Absolutely.
Yeah, I have actually seen a home. It was an older home. They had a termite warranty. I'm going to go with a decade, at least 10 years. And there was a beam in the bedroom that was completely eaten up.
Wow.
And I'm like, they actually came out and replaced it because it had been under warranty for 10 years. So. Well, we look forward to more stories after the break.
Termite stories.
If you're looking to buy or sell your home or have any question concerning real estate, we would love to help you. Please call the Johnson Smith team at 520-850-125 or 520-904-7711. I got my phone number right this time.
But you got mine wrong. 850-1725.
Yeah, I'm dyslexic.
The
I can't help it,
Johnson
guys.
Smith team. Every time I hear it, it sounds like a superhero squad. Johnson Smith team, here to save the day.
We're back on the other side with Rigo from Rigo Pest Preventions. Hey, everybody, thank you for listening to the I Am Real Estate Show. We're here with our guest, Rigo Arce of Rigo Pest Prevention. And are you still doing okay, buddy?
We're doing fine. We're enjoying the visit.
How's the business going? And you're going into the commercial world, so how's that working?
Yeah,
for you?
we got some things going. We just put together, I shouldn't say finished. We're in the process of putting together a really beautiful presentation piece that's actually going to be something online. So our clients, when they receive our estimates, it'll be a link. They go online and it's presented in almost like a PowerPoint presentation. And we could do it right there at the table with a tablet, or we can email it. They click on the link, and it is going to be top shelf. Pictures, videos. We're really excited about
Is your
that.
son still doing all that?
We've got him doing all that stuff. He is so talented. And I try to give my 2 cents on things, and he looks at me with this look, Dad, I got it. I got it.
Stay in your lane, Dad.
Stay in your
lane.
So I just, back away.
But I'm not surprised it's top shelf. Everything Rigo Pest Prevention is pretty top shelf.
Right
so,
on.
Yeah.
Right on. Appreciate that.
We would expect nothing less than that. So, we were talking a little bit about termites in the first half, but kind of shifting now to weed prevention.
Yeah. I was in a presentation once, and my opening was, I do weed. and I paused, and I had these looks at me, and I thought about it. I said, no, wait a minute, time out. We do weeds, plural. I had to qualify that. And somebody shouted, hey, no judgment here. But no, we do provide weed control. The big game there, just like in the name of my company, Prevention, we promote a pre-emergent application.
Mm-hmm.
We had some pretty decent rains just recently. But as they're going to settle down a little bit, this is a great time before we really get into those winter rains in January, February, to get a pre-emergent down. And by design, it's a broadcast spray all through that area that you don't want any unwanted weeds to grow. And when those winter rains come, it just forces that product deeper into the soil, gets watered in real well. And then as that spring comes on, those germinating seeds, well, they don't germinate anymore. Pre-emergent prevents those seeds from germinating. And then, of course, there's a topical application. So if you do get some unwanted weeds that do pop up,
right,
we guarantee the work. And so a good weed company is going to come in and follow up every so often and treat those little weeds that do pop up. So weed control is such a big deal here.
Is there a warranty associated with that, or it's just a matter of just getting that pre-emergent?
Yeah, there's a warranty. They vary. They can be anywhere from 3 months to 6 months, depending on the size of the yard, how much people pay. But a standard weed control program is a quarterly treatment with 2 pre-emergent applications a year.
Okay.
That's a fairly standard program. Yeah.
I was just thinking, and we were talking about, a while back, we were talking about rodents and stuff. How does a person know if you have a rodent, when you have a rodent nest near your neighborhood?
Yeah, the telltale signs are number one. It's the droppings, and Ray, listen, the salty ones are fresh. So I'm giving you advice.
Yeah, it's good to know that.
We just lost Ray.
I'm just saying, so salty or fresh. Yeah. No, but you get you.
Gotta be a real foodie to know that.
You get these droppings. And should I tell you about the story with the raisin and the new employee? No, never mind. So anyway, they leave their signs. They leave their calling card, and that's these wonderful droppings. They also, sometimes you see damage. Urine is a big one. A lot of people see these little yellowing and white sort of stainings on their patio. So there are ways to tell. And just like it is with termites, you start to see the little exit holes, or you see a little ripple in the baseboard or a door trim.
Mm-hmm.
With other insects, you see their wings, you see their legs, you see a spider web. Each insect leaves his little calling card. And that's kind of the.
And are they seasonal? When the rodents start getting their nest and stuff, it's a seasonal thing?
They're pretty much year-round, frankly. But right now, as I might have mentioned in the last program, they're definitely ramped up this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the food sources are dying out in the desert, so they're getting, they're needing nutrition. Water is a big deal. It has been dry up to the point we just got that rain, but they need water. Well, we've got water at these beautiful homes of ours.
Is there anything else that I think we were talking a little bit about maybe preparing for bat season?
Yeah, I wanted to speak on that because bats are increasing in terms of harborage. More and more communities are going up into the foothills, up into Saddlebrook, the hills of the Tortolita Mountains, right? And we've got these bats that live in these caves. Well, they come out and they feed at night, and every now and then they will make your home a place of harborage. And so this time of year is a lot of the Mexican bats, the bats that are way to the south. They're on their way back now, right? It's going to be that time of year, and what's going to happen is they'll end up spending their time on our homes. Before they get here, this is a great time to seal up those openings underneath the eaves, all those different fascia boards and cracks in the block and up in the the tile where you've seen bats or you've got all these droppings that have occurred all summer long. Right now is a great time to get all that sealed up, so when the bats come, they don't nest there, they find somewhere else to nest. So if anybody's curious about that, we do a free inspection. A good company will, right? And we'll evaluate and see if we can see those spots, those signs, those areas, and we can promote a sealant so that'll stop them from nesting there.
How large of a crevice do they need?
Very small, 1/4 of an inch. It's amazing how they flatten themselves, go up into that little void, And if you shine your flashlight right straight up and look up, sometimes you can actually see them just hanging up there, waiting for the sun to go down. It's fascinating.
For those that have the opportunity, watch this on YouTube on KVOI so you can see the way that Rigo looks like a real professional shine his flashlight up in there like a special forces pest prevention guy.
Got that elbow angle
Yeah,
going right
I
there.
like it.
The thing I love the most about your company is that when you listen to you talk, it's always about prevention.
Yeah.
I hear free inspection for this, free inspection for that.
Yep.
Your thing is you want people to prevent any damage coming to their homes beforehand,
Absolutely.
and then use you to back to maintain the servicing.
Absolutely. You and I talk a lot about fitness. I'm a big fitness fan, and a friend of mine said this to me once: "You're either going to pay now or you're going to pay later." When it comes to fitness, I'd rather pay a little bit on my fitness program than a whole lot, and not pay for the medical bills, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, with pest control, it's the same thing. A termite treatment is a far cheaper remedy than replacing the entire wall. And so, prevention is the name of the game. And so, and here's the cool part: it's a free inspection. Again, a good company, most companies out there, I always like to include the whole community. It's not just Rigo, okay? But the whole pest control community. Most of us offer free inspections. Take advantage of it. Get somebody to give you an opinion and maybe get a second or third opinion. But have someone look, point some things out, and make an informed decision. That's the name of the game, but prevention is key.
Are you recruiting right now?
You look at...
I'm always looking to work with you. Yes.
yeah.
You better believe it. If I get a chance to work with Rigo, yes.
We've been real fortunate. We just picked up a few more. We just hired our 25th employee. Yeah, every time I walk in here, I'm hiring somebody.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me tell you.
Single show.
Let
keep
everybody
a
know
running
he was here.
counter in the
He was here
studio.
last month, and last month the number was 20. I've been keeping track. Now it's 25.
I don't know. All right,
30
maybe,
days left.
It might be, but we're good now. But I always love interviewing. Little professional tip: the best time to interview is when you don't need someone. That's the best time to interview.
Wow. Okay.
Absolutely, because there's no stress. In fact, I love interviewing people that are employed, because they're employed. I don't have a need, but we become friends. And when suddenly something changes, whether I have a need or they're discontent or whatever, if it's a good fit, I call it a bench. I've got somebody on the bench. So we're always looking to meet folks.
Great.
If anyone's ever interested, they're looking to make a career change, they find our company appealing, certainly give me a call, look us up. We love meeting people, even if we don't have an immediate need.
I think the way you carry the company is very impressive, because when we talk on this show, you always say about the industry. It's never really about Rigo Pest Prevention. And
Right.
you need me or anyone else. As long as you're doing what needs to be done to take care of your home is the most important thing.
Absolutely, yeah. I always like telling, I'll meet real estate agents like you folks, and I'll say, listen, you might be happy with who you have, but I'd love to be a second option.
Right.
I don't need to be your number one. And when I talk to somebody and I'm giving them an estimate, when I leave their home, like I did just the other night, I did a late estimate about 5 p.m. And I told the lady, listen, you need this done. If you do not choose my company, number one, I appreciate the opportunity, okay? But number two, you need to hire someone. I don't want to see that escalate any further than it is. And she understood that. And so she hired me, by the way.
Duh. I just got a note here I wanted to talk about. Do you know that in Campbell and River, underneath the bridge, that's where the bats come out? And they come out
yes.
Okay, have you
yeah.
seen it any times?
I actually have. Another one that is pretty phenomenal is the Pantano Wash.
Whoa.
That's actually, in terms of Tucson, that's the notorious one. That one there, it's like something out of a sci-fi movie.
Where at in Patano?
The bridge by the hotel on Broadway near Pantano. If you're familiar with, what is it? I don't know if it's a Hilton, but the Pantano Wash runs through there.
That's not too far from you guys, huh?
Not too far.
Yeah.
No.
Uh-oh.
No.
Yeah.
Actually, it's close to my mom. Really close
Yeah.
to my mom.
I went and saw one of the things. I saw the one at Campbell and River.
Yeah.
It's great to look at, but once
Yeah.
they're gone, you're like, oh, they're going somewhere.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
going to go eat.
They're
Hopefully
going to
my
go
house.
eat. They're going to go eat all night long. Yep. They're great pest control agents, and that's why we recommend sealing things up now before they get here to your home. We want them to be around and do their business elsewhere.
You know what I love about you, Rigo, is that, and it's not the only thing, but you don't hate pests. You don't come in here like out to just smash and crush every pest. You just want them to stay in the desert where they belong.
You know, I appreciate that credit, but I've got to admit, bed bugs, look out.
I'm coming for you.
I'm
It's on
murdering
site.
you.
There's
telling
always an
you. That's right.
exception.
Death to bed bugs.
How do people in the air get a hold of you, Rigo?
Hey, fantastic. Our phone number at Rigo Pest Prevention is 520-744-6177. And then the website is simply rigopest.com. Rigopest.com. That easy.
Take us out, Sandra.
All right. Well, we're glad you spent some time with us today. We would like to finish the show by thanking Horizon Inspections, Indy Realty, Inspired Life Mortgage, Rigo Pest Prevention, Atomic Nutrition, and Sweet Little Chefs.
See you next week.
Yeah.